big of a deal though, because you can, if they come up, you can get the silence off in time before they come up. That's like kind of a timing thing. You can potentially phase shift it, and you can just orb out of it, and you'll be stunned out of range, so you're not in that big of danger. So, I mean, it is a big deal. Dendi like try to use it for a kill, but Mushi playing very safely, I guess, for once. He had his bottle charge, and the wand charges too saved up. So, well, this time we will be able to sit inside the game, and this lineup will be a Windrunner.
Okay, so we've got another Windrunner versus Windrunner. I think Dendi picked the puck, thinking, I mean, because that's one of his signature heroes.
And Mushi doesn't play it. You have to take your opponent into consideration.
And Windrunner was what Mushi picked, I believe, last time. So I assume that this was his pick. So we've got Dendi versus Mushi, and pretty contrasting playstyles. I mean, I think Mushi is the less aggressive player in some ways, and he just tries to go for the last hits. Well, like in a different way.
They're both aggressive.
But I think Dendi's a little more aggressive, and he's a lot more aggressive about denying, whereas Mushi kind of focuses more on just getting the last hit for the creep kill and getting the money advantage and beating you down that way.
Well, we'll be right back in just a second for game 2.
Oh, actually, the game's
game's about to start.
Right
okay, just kidding. Well, it's game 2. It's Dendi on Dire this time versus Mushi on the Radiants, and this is round 2 of the solo championship series for TI3. And we already had 4 people get eliminated, and 1 person may get eliminated after this game.
Yeah, we talked about how the Dire has a slight advantage because the trees are so close to you on the Radiant side, right?
Right.
It's a lot easier to get shackled when you're right next to your tower on the right side. But, and also actually on the left as well. Like, whereas it seems like you have a little more space to play around
I've seen some Windrunners, they just like straight up go to the lane before the creep spawn and knock down the trees so that you can't get shackled to it.
Oh, really?
Which is not a bad idea at all. And you have the time to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
you have to like preemptively do that though. Like,
you
have to like
you have to
time that out.
So it's not all about like CS and attrition. It's a lot about if you can hit those shackle shots and the power shots to follow up. And I think a lot of it has to do with like the levels like 1 through 3 phase. If you can get level 2 before them and get yourself in a position that you can zone them out up the hill, then you have a huge advantage.
Do you think we'll get another game like we did last time where it was like a 3-minute matchup?
I don't. I mean, I think so because these players are like very aggressive, but at the same time they're like somewhat calculated too. So I don't see either of them giving a first blood in the first minute, but it could very well be a very early game. And both of them have a lot of regen. We see Dendi go for the Tango Salve and the +5 all stats build.
He's
and we
actually
see
checking the rune, I think, with his Weasel.
Yep, it's a smart thing to do unless they scout it out.
Unless Mushi knows this is
so
coming,
neither of them have skilled at this point. I think that generally you would prefer level 1 wind run. I think that you can pretty much mitigate 2 last hits, which is like power shot damage.
I think you should actually get power shot so you can CS and you make it so that the other person can't deny.
I guess it depends. If you have uphill advantage, I would recommend it because you can just right click, and if you want to dive them, you can. I guess you should just wait to skill.
Yeah,
is probably the best.
I think
choice.
Last time though when we saw Xiaowei versus Mushi, we both saw them pick up
power shot.
Power shot. Yeah. So I'm a bigger fan of that. But Mushi not altering his build at all. We see him do this last time too. The 2 salve and the mass stats. The way that you want to play this is get into a right-click fight, and as soon as the creeps are on your side of the river, you just go onto his hill, and then you right-click trade with him. And that's what this build is really strong at, because you have 2 salves.
Well, we've seen some 2 salve matchups in like Queen of Pain versus TA. All you do is just like play hyper aggressively on a TA. You burn a flask and then you play hyper aggressively again in case they have 1 flask, and then TA can't do anything. And we could see something similar to this, but both of them have sufficient regen.
Oh, and Mushi's gonna mess up his block early. Just lets 1 creep through, and this is actually gonna be a fairly big deal in the 1-on-1 matchup as we see it.
He does have +1 all stats though. He has +6 all stats, and Dendi only has +5. That 1 damage.
But that's
and
like
19
a 1
HP.
Advantage. So able to trade Dendi a little more efficiently because he's got the uphill, and both of them. Well, actually, Dendi.
But
got
Dendi's
power
pushing
shot
out his lane slightly more though. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit though, and Dendi really using the uphill right now, and looks like CS is in favor of Mushi yet again. So Mushi almost always comes out ahead in CS in the first couple minutes of the game though, and this is the trend that we've been seeing. And sometimes he just throws away an advantage, but almost always he's ahead on CS. So no difference here. 4-2 for Mushi. He already pops his salve, 1 of his salves though, and Dendi's only forced to use 1 Tango. So I guess Mushi is slightly losing the war of attrition, but gaining a lot of CS in the process.
Yeah.
And he's still playing very aggressive, even though he has downhill.
That's the downhill disadvantage.
This is ridiculous.
If it was like in the middle of the lane and he was trading like this, he'd be okay. And he actually misses the power shot on the creep, and Dendi's gonna get that deny as well.
Oh, but there's a flask.
When you're downhill like this, you can't really trade efficiently right click wise.
He is very even on CS though, and I say very even on regen too. So Mushi is handling this downhill disadvantage much better than I anticipated him to. Will Dendi be able to knock off a salve if Mushi uses it? If he does that, that's a big deal because he won't be able to rush his bottle, and that'll just hinder him.
And the creep should center out pretty quickly, just because the creeps have been pushed to the tower.
Mm.
I think Dendi knows where the rune is, right? And I think Mushi actually just checked right now too. So
Yep.
now he's on the high ground.
So
he realizes
if
he has
Dendi
the
gets a
stats
haste
advantage.
rune, I think that this could be very, very early first blood. And Mushi does a power shot. Mushi smartly going up the hill, not sitting downhill like we saw him earlier, and the wave will finally be on his side, and it looks like he tries to fake out this last hit, and Mushi will eventually get it, but Dendi will get the rune. He does not have enough bottle, just one CS away. Had he been able to bottle that, he would have had a huge advantage, but it's still very, very even at this point. Mushi slightly edging out in CS, and looks like his bottle will come out right
I don't
now.
know if this is worth it for him to get the haste rune to miss all this.
I don't think so.
experience.
If he had a bottle, I would say definitely so, but
Yeah.
without it, I don't think so.
Dendi was prepping for that haste rune for quite a while, though. I mean, if you looked at the way he was positioned, he was always a little lower than Mushi was, and every time Mushi took a step down, Dendi just matched him like a little bit further down. So if Mushi decided to go for the rune, Dendi would always get it first. Plus,
But Dendi is slightly behind the levels right now. I believe that Windrunner is 4. They're actually like just dead even after that last creep died.
yeah.
And there's the bottle comes out, and I believe he got the rune after the 2-minute mark, so no 2-minute rune will spawn. Both of them trade power shots. Mushi will dodge Dendi's though. Oh, is he gonna go for the chicken kill? I think he could probably Windrunner into it, but that's probably unnecessary risk.
Yeah. I mean, he has to know that he's slightly ahead at this point, even though it's like the most minimal thing in the world.
Well, and he like chose to completely use his bottle as soon as he got it. Dendi actually just uses his bottle and is like forced to bottle crow, so slightly less efficient in that. And he just uses career boost though, so being very efficient in that manner.
Yeah, Mushi, he's finally he's got a 1 CS lead, so nothing too big here, and the experience is like 1 creep, I think, because the one that Dendi missed when he went to go check the rune. So nothing lost too much.
And there is the bottle coming out. Captain Bamboo is not a flying courier yet though. Mushi actually has his magic stick, not his magic wand yet, and he's forced to drop a branch on the ground. I expect him to pick that up pretty soon, but I think boost is actually pretty important in this matchup as well. Mushi going uphill, Dendi forced to use one run and retreat, and looks like just a trading of cooldowns right there. And I mean, Mushi did get one hit on him though.
He got 1 extra right click, so.
And
little
pushing
bit
out
of
the
an
wave right
advantage.
before the 4-minute, and the rune is not top. I don't think that Mushi knows that just yet, though. Is he going to go for a kill right now? He could go for a shackle potentially, but this tree is down right now. I think that would have been pretty key
And
if that had still
Mushi
been
doing
up.
the smart thing though, power shotting preemptively, pushing out the wave, and he's got to know that the rune is bottom first. And
Is Dendi going to get it, though?
Dendi's positioning is a little bit better for the rune, and he has to know that.
What is
that
it?
it's in
It
his
is
favor,
an
but-
invis rune.
Yeah, but the creeps are pushed out in favor of Mushi, so if he wants to check the rune, it's a lot easier for him in
Oh,
this position.
looks like Mushi is going to get the rune, though. Dendi does not commit to the rune, and it really is a gamble sometimes. Like, again, Mushi could have just pretended that a top rune wasn't there and just bait Dendi into wasting all that time going bottom. I have seen players do that before, and Dendi just decides to play it safe and just bottle crow.
Yeah, and that's a smart thing to do too. Just you don't miss any XP, and you get a bit of an advantage in CS if you were behind.
Oh, is he going to kill that Ironwood branch? Wow, Mushi hitting another power shot on Dendi. Dendi in very critical HP territory. If he gets shackled, luckily he denied that creep. That could have been a potential kill right there. And
Yeah,
Mushi,
Mushi knows this. He's going to play up.
he has an invisibility rune, and Dendi is going to be forced to bottle up. Looks
Don't
like,
hit that creep yet. Okay, now you can do it.
and
I
CS
think this
wise,
is where he's going to pop the invis and a bottle charge, maybe.
I think he should.
Yeah,
It
I
is
think
the
he
right
can
time.
play. 'cause he
Maybe
can just-
maybe
he
he's
can run
waiting for
past the
level
creeps.
6.
Yeah, maybe. But he could run past the creeps right there and then
And
just capitalize with that
zone him
invis.
out. Right. Oh, there's a shackle comes out. Dendi hits a almost fully charged power shot, and Mushi will be forced to use his bottle very, very soon. Oh, there goes the invis.
And there's the invis, and he has to use it in a less than ideal way. He's using it more defensively there, just trying to get the bottle charges off. So Dendi, although you do use the cost of the shackle shot, at the same time you make it so that
Oh,
Mushi
branch
can't really
gets
use the invis.
denied by Dendi right when Mushi was about to pick it up too. Brutal. That 53 gold.
He's an all-out war player. And
Mushi,
Dendi, he's
Mushi
positioned
trying
for
to
this
get
top
last
rune.
hits, but he's taking so many creeps right now, and he smartly runs along the cliff. Oh, is he going to get shackled though? Both of them pop. One run about the same time. Dendi forced to retreat down the hill, and looks like Mushi will have vision on bottom rune. Looks like it's currently a DD. Dendi has no idea that it's bottom right now, and he has 600 gold right now. He could opt for a boost and a magic wand if he wanted to, as well as his bottle, but choosing to save his gold for another day.
Yes, and this DD rune is huge in this Windrunner versus Windrunner
Right.
matchup. If you get a shackle shot, it's almost like an immediate kill.
It's so much damage.
Yeah.
Windrunner not so high on armor, which is why a lot of people
When did
get
he have
mech
another
armor.
branch?
Oh, maybe he did. Maybe I don't actually know.
He just had like a branch.
I thought it got denied.
I did too.
I saw him start with. He had a circlet, 4 branches, and 2 salves. So I don't know where this ninja branch came up from.
It just
I
appeared.
must have missed it. Mushi just summoning branches out of nowhere.
Converting tangos into
Cyber
branches.
Mad is on his side. He's spectating, just like creating items for him on his side. Secretly favors
And a
Mushi.
power shot versus power shot trade-off, but Dendi gets the better end of this one.
It looks like he is going for boots, magic wand, as well as observer wards and a healing salve. So not as aggressively as I expected either of these players to play. I think that the risk is really on Dendi though, because he can't make any mistakes right now, or he's eliminated from this tournament.
Yeah. And actually, Mushi's had the rune luck so far. I mean, he picked up that Invis rune. He's got a DD, but Dendi's still keeping up in CS. Actually ahead in denies right now. And they're identical in last hits, which is a little bit surprising. Because this is where Mushi's strength is supposed to be, right? With the creep farming.
There's
and
the last hit,
Dendi forced to pop the wind run, and actually Mushi looking for the shackle shot pops the D. Oh no, he doesn't pop the DD yet. Just gonna wait it out.
Yeah, he needs boots. He has 600 gold. I'm surprised he hasn't bought boots yet. Oh, there it is. Boots and a
He's
ring of
gonna go for
protection.
that Trinkle boots again.
I think it's pretty good in this matchup. And there is the counter ward up the hill. I think that he knows that. I don't actually know if it's worth spending 200 gold to de-ward. And it looks like Dendi is going to commit to the rune on bottom, or
He
at
has
least
to.
drop a
There's,
ward
there's
there.
nothing else for him to do at this point. With the DD, he's just gonna get zoned out.
Right. And
The only
there's
way
a
he
minute
can
rune,
run
and
past
it's going to
that.
spawn top. That is very unfortunate for Dendi. It looks like it is going to be an illusion rune, and Dendi currently has no idea what it is. It could potentially be an invis rune, so he has to play slightly carefully.
Yes, and Dendi, he's got full everything though. He's
Is he
gonna
going to
bottle
go for
crow.
a kill right now?
I don't know. That'd be kind of crazy.
He gets the shackle,
Mushi's
and,
just
or
kinda
he gets,
guessing
he gets
right
power
now.
shot on him right now, and he doesn't have his bottle yet. He has a very small window right now. Oh, actually, nope. Then he uses his salve, but I think Mushi's ward actually does not see Dendi at his tower.
Yes,
He
and
has yet
Mushi
another
actually
power shot.
dodges the power shot and lands one of his own, and Dendi being zoned back right now.
I think one shackle is like not enough to kill him. Even with shackle and a power shot, I still think he can magic wand and win run away.
Yes, he should be okay in a scenario like that. He's got he's got 6 wand charges, and this bottle comes out to.
CS is almost dead even though. 41 last hits for Mushi, 40 last hits for Dendi. Both of them almost even on denies too. Experience-wise, very similar. Just rune luck slightly going in favor of Mushi at this point.
Yeah, and even though the rune luck has been going in his favor, the CS war is like a lot closer than it should be. He's actually losing, I think, because I think those 5 denies are worth more than that 1 CS.
Yeah. I think so too. Well, it looks like he will actually pick up a Basilius and not a Tranquil Boots.
Maybe he
as we
realizes that this it's just going to turn into a CS war, so he's going to go for that the 2 tower kills, because he's using power shot really
I think
aggressively.
you can definitely kill people in this matchup though. I don't think this is a first to 2 tower like TA. I think you could definitely kill them with shackle shots and with the low armor on.
Well, that's
Dendi.
another thing that Bassi does. It remedies your armor issues, and it gives you a bit of damage.
Well, Tranquil does too. I think that like it's too hard to push against Windrunner because you can just power shot a wave and almost it'll like almost kill all the creeps. So it's too difficult to do that. Then he's losing a little bit in the tower war. 1190 HP on Mushi's tower compared to 1014 on Dendi's, and his creep wave is constantly being
Another
pushed
thing
in.
too, though, is with this Bassi ring, is it forces the lane up, and it makes it difficult for Dendi to check the rune without losing out on creeps and taking tower damage.
He's dragging him, and it looks like 10-minute rune will spawn on top. And Mushi is very prepared for it, though. He has an illusion rune on bottom in case he wants to deny it, and in case he can't get it. I'm surprised he actually isn't get. Or wait, where? Oh, he actually denied it on bottom before Dendi could get it.
So really smart play by Mushi, but using the Bassi ring to push out the wave as soon as he can, so that Dendi can't really contest him for runes.
Dendi's actually going for phase boots. He's going for phase boots. I've seen some people go arcane in this matchup just because all you do is just power shot every wave and play it safe. And they can't really play aggressively when they're forced to tank a full wave, and they can't really leave either because their towers constantly push in. It's not a bad build, it's just a different approach to this matchup.
Yes, and Mushi's 51 CS and 9 denies to Dendi's 50 and 14, but Mushi's had the better
Oh,
win.
there's the win run. He dodges it. Mushi is hovering around tower range, doesn't want to get close to the tree line because he knows the shackle may as well spell doom for him.
Yeah, and he's actually picked up the Tranquil boots, so opting for a little bit more of a defensive build, whereas Dendi's gotten his phase boots now.
And Tranquils are popped, but Dendi will knock it off. Dendi is trading right clicks with him right now. He has a ward up his hill. Dendi has enough mana for Shackle and Winter, but chooses to pop neither. Instead, choosing to just bottle up. Is still around 40 seconds away from the 12-minute rune spawn, and Mushi is in a slight bit of trouble. His triangle boots are down. His bottle is still on chicken, and he's in a very compromising position. This could be a first blood if he hits a shackle right now, but Mushi knows this. He's playing in a very defensive position, just shooting a power shot behind the trees from the fog.
Yeah, and he's actually just flitting in and out, and he's really good about dodging power shots, actually.
Yeah, he's
Mushi.
extremely good about that.
I think he's only been hit. I mean, he's definitely been hit less than Dendi has so far.
So he's constantly doing these trades uphill, which I don't think you can do. Even though he has a lot more armor than Dendi at this point with Bassi and with the triangle boots. Oh, 12-minute rune going to spawn in top.
And he gets the
Mushi,
regen.
another rune for him.
The thing about what Dendi just did there is it was the smart thing because Mushi goes to preemptively check the rune, meaning that what Dendi should do is just push out the wave as quickly as possible and punish him if the rune isn't there. Because then he can just go for the bottom rune, and then he's denied a lot of experience in Mushi.
Yeah, Mushi can definitely do the same thing, though, now with his regeneration rune. Not really scared at all. And yet another Bottle Crow. We actually see a Slippers of Agility, so I think he's just going to go Aquila to save some slots so he's not forced to sell his Circlet. But Bottle Crow sometimes is good because you won't get screwed over by rune luck, but at the same time, sometimes it makes the matchups a little bit longer and more drawn out than expected. This is no 3-minute matchup.
Nope. And actually, like I said, Mushi, just right-clicking the tower, he's still got his Bassi on. I think he's just going to leave it permanently on at this point. Make it a little harder for Dendi to CS, push the wave out as much as he can, and just get right-clicks on the tower. And then when the CS is this close and you get a one-tower advantage, I think that's enough to kind of push you up.
Yeah, I don't think a tower is going to fall for quite some time, though.
It's going to take a while, but
yeah, no
we saw
focus fire
OD
in either.
Before.
Yep, no focus fire on either opponent. We have a level 10.5 on Dendi, 10 and 2/3 probably, and not even level 10 for Mushi. So the checking the runes has cost him in the ways of experience.
Yep, and Mushi, he's actually kind of been kept alive.
Oh,
in this game,
Mushi playing very aggressively on Dendi. Both of them popping one run. Dendi forced a retreat to his tower. Is Mushi going to go for a shackle shot right now? Oh, I thought he was almost lined up for it, but Dendi looks like he's in a pretty good position right now.
I mean, they both have 15 charge sticks.
Both of them playing very, very safe. Mushi getting a lot more hits on the tower, as you were talking about, and Dendi may have to worry. Oh, there's a shackle. There it comes. No power shot up yet, though. Dendi still has all his cooldowns.
Win run.
And both of them pop it, and Dendi just forced a retreat. Still at 312 HP. One power shot will not finish him off. This one will not connect from Mushi. But he still has enough mana for a shackle shot. He still has 15 one charge as well as bottle if he wants to pursue. And
Mushi's going to guess the rune wrong, and this time Dendi's going to pick up the invis rune.
Ooh, finally Dendi says. About time for him.
I don't think Dendi was in any trouble.
Oh, but look at the tower. He's taking it with his massive amount of armor, and he has triangle boots, and that is a glyph. So that invis room is going to cost him a lot. There was a siege at the same time too. And I think that's what really made him use that glyph. So invisibility rune has been popped. He will be able to use all of his bottle charges. Looks like he's trying to use one more. Oh, is he not going to bottle crow for this one? Yes, he is.
It's going to be difficult, though, for either side to get a kill, though, just because both of them have 15 charge wands. So unless you're able to burst them down immediately, it's going to be really difficult for either side to get a kill.
Yep, no shackles flying out yet. Both of them sitting pretty low on mana, around 240 for each of them. Dendi replaces his ward on middle for the uphill vision. Nighttime will hit in about 3 minutes time. CS-wise, Dendi's still doing pretty well. 5 more last hits and 9 more denies than Mushi. Another power.
This time he's kind of pushing him
back.
back.
Oh, there's a shackle shot.
Shackle shot.
No power shot up, and
he should be able to just
15
stick.
charges on both of them, and he will just win run away.
But he's actually the one forced to pop his magic wand, and that's a 15 charge wand.
Oh, he's going for an aggressive build with a Staff of Wizardry. I don't know if he's going Atos like we saw him go in the OD game. He may be going for a Force Staff, but Dagon would be nice too. It can pop you down if you think that win run. Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see what exactly he is going to go. He does have the Null Talisman. It could very well be a Dagon. That would be exciting. I don't think I've seen a Dagon in
calculated Mushi aggression plays.
Yeah. The thing about it is, like, Mech is cheaper than Dagon, and it, like, heals the same amount of HP that Dagon. Dagon has 400
so boring,
after
man.
magic resist. I mean, this isn't boring.
This is pretty bad. This is power shot, power shot, power shot.
So after magic resist, you can just pretty much just heal off of him, and the passive regen will usually damage out, and it helps you push. So if Dendi wants to counter with a mech, then I think he can just win the war of attrition, because Dagon does not help you push.
Oh, both of them are going to go for the top rune, but Mushi actually not going to get a Dendi this time with the rune lock on his side. Sometimes Mushi has done some terrible things to me, like making me cast this game where he's a 6-stacked anti-mage at like 30 minutes and refusing to fight.
Oh, I remember the Morphling game too.
Yeah, and the Morphling game, it's stuff like that makes you just like, Urgh. But if he gets a Dagon, it'll all be remedied. Like, I'll be 100%
What if he doesn't
okay.
use it though?
It's okay. As long as
As long as he gets
like
it.
a threat.
Well, Dendi's still sitting at 1,600 gold. I'm curious as to what he's going to go to. I think, like, I don't know what the best item is. Like, Mech's pretty good. Blade Mail's pretty good. It costs around the same because you need that armor and it can prevent a lot of bursts coming your way. Dagon's pretty good because it can help you burst him down through Wind Run if you get a nice shackle.
Dendi's
There's a
taking
lot
quite a
of
bit of
right clicks
damage.
going on here. And Mushi with his level 3 Wind Run, I mean, and Dendi's forced to back off, seek the comfort of his own tower. Sitting at a 1,000 HP compared to Dendi's 400. He's in a very compromising position right now. One shackle could very well lead to a first blood.
Yes, and he's actually going to play up.
But he actually chooses to power shot Mushi instead of the creeps, and this tower's going to take a lot of damage. Then he's trying to save it right now, but he can't get shackled at this point. And another power shot will fly off. Dendi really desperately trying to protect this tower, but he's sitting very low on mana right now. Oh, it looks like Mushi is going to... Oh, I thought he was going to try and shackle on the range creep, but... will not, and he styles up instead. The power shot narrowly misses, and that would have been huge. It would have popped his bottle charge off as well as the sal, but it looks like Dendi is in very safe HP range now. He's also going for his Staff of Wizardry.
But Dendi also, he also wasted his power shot, and the catapult is coming. So I think this is going to be a tower either way.
Yep.
It's either
Still
going to be a denier.
1.5 minute on Glyph, and he still has Wind Run in case he wants to tank that. And there is the Wind Run popping out already.
He's trying to force him out with the right clicks and
Yeah.
trying not to lose his catapult immediately.
I think
but
he's going to lose it, though. Unless... Oh, he's going to power shot right now. It's still about half HP. And he's going up the hill. Oh, no, he's trying to go up the hill. I think he needs to try and zone Dendi out right now. Dendi power shots the creeps, though. And all the creeps are very
it's like
unhealthy.
the most exciting thing ever. They're just
amount of
fighting around
HP.
the siege creep.
And no rune luck
And
for
Mushi gets
this
denied
time.
again with the rune.
And this siege creep will put the tower at 154, so not quite in deny range. And what is Dendi going to pick? Like a bottle. So 1240 HP, very close to 4-step if he opts for that. Mushi, on the other hand, very close to his Dagon if he opts for that.
I like how we're just preemptively assuming that he's going to get his Dagon.
I think he's going to go for it.
With a null?
4-step, is 4-step that useful in this match? I think it's okay.
I don't think
but
so.
like 900 gold for the ability to push is not as useful as it is in a normal 5v5 Dota game.
Yeah, and if you're able to Dagon, like it makes it so that Dendi has to be at a certain HP range at all times.
Yeah.
So he's
This
going
is
to
true.
force the wave out
If
again.
you're going to go for Shackle right now, that is definitely a latch if he hits right now.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would kill.
Yeah.
Dendi's still got that 15 charge wand.
He has a DD though.
Yeah. Dendi still has that 15 charge wand though, and after I think he can just pop Wind Run and then run away. That's like the kind of like the component of this matchup that kind of makes it boring.
Yeah,
That
that's
if
true.
both of them get.
I mean, if you can
magic
ever
wands-
shackle them during the
Oh,
wind
and
run
Dendi
though-
actually gets the
oh,
shackle.
here it goes.
and that's oh god, that last.
Oh,
and
oh,
Mushi
he-
goes for his own but misses.
And
Dendi's gonna pop the Wind Run and
oh,
go.
he
but
gets
he's getting
creep
blocked
blocks.
by creeps.
Oh my goodness.
He's got a 15 he's
Oh, he misses
popped
the
your
shackle shot.
wand.
Oh, there's a first blood.
Oh my
Dendi
God, he
draws
could've
first
popped-
blood on Mushi. Where was his magic wand? He had 14 charges and
Oh,
Mushi
Mushi
buys
buys
back.
back.
Rage buyback. There is no Dagon coming out from him in the next 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh! When he missed,
I
the-
told you he has items, but sometimes he doesn't use it. 14 magic charges, that's 210 HP, and that is almost enough damage to block the power shot. Power shot probably does like 240, I think, after magic resist. That would almost completely blocked it. I think he really thought that that shackle.
the DD advantage was huge.
Yeah.
But then just kind of wasted.
Oh,
it
there's a
taking way
shackle
too much
coming out from
damage.
Mushi, but then he has plenty of mana in case he chooses to escape right now. And Mushi pops his
Mushi's-
Wind Run.
It
to
looks
tank
like
creeps.
Mushi's just straight up tilting.
Yeah, he is. Oh, but he's going to get this tower right
he's,
now, though.
he's gonna get this tower. So if he can get the last hit on this, it should negate a lot of the.
Yeah,
first
there is a
blood
glyph
advantage.
right now. Is he gonna glyph? Oh, there's a glyph. I mean, he can just Wind Run. Oh, is he gonna go for a Dendi kill right now? Oh, Dendi will run into the safety of the right side, but it looks like this will be a free tower for Mushi. He doesn't even have to. He doesn't even have to Wind Run it because he has a Strangle Boost immediately after.
Yes, and if we're gonna look at the net worth, it's actually quite in favor of Dendi right now.
Yeah.
But-
Well, he has first blood.
Yeah, he does have the first blood, so and the CS advantage. But Mushi, if he gets a rune here, is he gonna get it? Nope. The rune's actually gonna be bottom with the haste rune. And okay, so Dendi's gonna pick up the Dagon. So Dendi's
Dendi's gonna go for a
right now.
Dagon. That I mean, if you get first blood like that and he buys back, I guess you can go for it.
Yeah. So Dendi's got the Dagon before Mushi does. And so Dendi actually has to play in a he has to be in a position where it's a little bit more difficult for him
Sorry.
to CS.
Yes, it is. I mean, what does Mushi do at this point to come back? He is 13 last hits behind. He is one tower up, although he did get his last hit, so I think
Dendi's
that
gonna get this,
makes up for the
This
deficit.
rune too, just with the phase boots, and that's a Dagon or a Dagon and a haste rune.
Yeah, that
so
is-
Mushi
that
has
is
to play
scary.
really afraid.
Really, really afraid. And, like, I don't know how Mushi tries to come back from this. The buyback really costs him. Although he's gonna have his Dagon pretty soon though. But then
I
he
still
has
don't
like
think
a
he should have bought
1,000
that
gold.
there. I think maybe he thought like, he
Yeah.
was gonna give up too much during that time.
Yeah, it's
they are
not.
quite
It's
high
not like
levels.
first blood and first tower. It's like you have to get 2 kills or 2 towers, I believe.
Yeah.
So like the tower gold would have been big, but that's pretty much just the same. I think he still had glyph too, so it's not like that big of a deal for him.
Yeah, and Mushi actually gonna get right click down. If Mushi's under like a certain HP range, he's just gonna straight up die.
Yeah, power shot does 240 after magic resist if you fully charge.
If
and his
Mushi has
first
like
target-
500 HP and
or
he gets shackled, he's dead.
more than 270. He'll do 270, and then Dagon is another 300. So I think like 570 plus 1 right click's like 600. If he's ever below that, then he's just dead.
So it's a bit.
Oh,
and
there's a
Mushi
shackle.
actually gets shackled, but I don't know if this will kill him. He's gonna need another power
Ooh,
shot
yeah,
to get
he
it.
does one more, and Dendi has a haste. Does not opt to pop it.
Yeah, maybe realizing that it's a little bit dangerous, and Mushi heals so quickly.
Oh,
Dendi
Dendi's
actually
going in.
gonna-
He doesn't have any creeps though, and it looks like he will
Oh,
just
if he,
run
I think if he
circles
hit
around
that
tower.
power shot, he would have just gone for any sort of shackle he could have gotten.
And that's a very good place for him to fight. If Mushi forced retreat anywhere over here, he would just definitely gotten shackled to a tree. 22-minute rune about to spawn, and Dendi will get a top with a haste rune. Mushi knows he can't contest it, and things are looking very bad for Mushi.
Yeah.
One more kill will seal the deal.
Dendi's got an invis and a haste, and he goes for the shackle, but Mushi's quite prepared for it. Mushi's done a really good job actually of not staying by that tree line, but baiting it just enough so that Dendi will throw the shackles. But Dendi's been so good about shackling the creeps. That's been like the biggest difference right now.
Well,
Oh, he's got a dig on 2 now.
I think Windrunner at this point, or sorry, Mushi at this point may need to just skip the Dagon. I don't think he sold his Null Talisman.
Okay,
Wow.
so what are you gonna get at this point?
I mean,
rod
if you
of
have a Staff
Atos?
of Wizardry, what can you get?
Okay,
you can
so
get
what I
Atos-
think.
oh, there's
okay,
there's
so he's
his Null.
got his null. I think what maybe Mushi does is he's up 1 tower, and his
You
mid
go for
tower
the
actually
push?
has a lot of HP.
But
yeah.
what items do you get with your Staff of Wizardry though? If he just had 1,000 gold, I'd say just go for mech. But since he has a staff, what exactly does he do with it?
I have no
if
idea.
he wants to push to win, he could go Necrobook, I guess. But I don't think Necrobook's that useful versus Windrunner.
No, not really. But Dendi has got a dig on 2, so he's got to be a little bit worried, and he just pops into harass, I think.
There's a shackle, flies out, does not hit. Power
Whoa,
shot.
that
does
power
not
shot was
hit
way off
either.
mark.
Yep. Well, Dagon is used, and it looks like Mushi is sitting way better on mana. Dagon very mana
Oh,
in.
he is going to go Necrobook. Like, I assumed this is what he was going to do. Maybe taking a Zhao 8's lead and saying to himself, okay, I'm losing in the CS war. I've given up the first
All he
kill.
needs to do is not die and just
Yeah.
get this tower. If he can do that, like one
It's
lucky
going to take
regen
like
rune-
55 minutes.
Oh, there's
if he can
Dendi trying to
survive-
get this, kill, but Mushi just decided, oh, well, you know what? If you play aggressive, I'll just go for the 24-minute rune. And yep, it will spawn from the top.
And it's an illusion rune. So Mushi, he's foregoing the opportunity to get any sort of kills at this point. When you do this build, you're pretty much telling the other guy, I can't really kill you, so I'm not going to at all. Because you need burst damage to kill a Windrunner, right? If it's a Windrunner on a Windrunner matchup.
Or do you need to prevent them from bottle crowing constantly?
I guess you could like metagame and wait with the illusions instead of like snipe the courier out.
Yeah, it's too far at this point to go like to just war of attrition. I guess you can just regen up. You have so much. He has tranquils. He has bottle. You can bottle crow at this point. It's very difficult for them to kill him at 100-0. Even with the Dagon 2, Dagon 3, maybe maybe with Dagon 4, Dagon 5 you can do it, but still that is a lot of damage that you're asking him to do in a very short amount of time.
Yes, and Dendi gonna get power shotted. They're just trading power shots at this point, and Dendi, I think he's actually just gonna level his Dagon and go for the kill because I think he realizes what Mushi's trying
But I
to
mean,
do
Mushi's
here.
at like full HP, full mana. Dendi's at like half HP, half mana.
Yes, but he's just gonna bottle crow it out, and he drops the Dagon. Really smart idea here. Just trying to get as much utility as he can with his bottle.
Oh, there he goes. And Mushi, let's check the damage on the T2 right now. Unscathed on Dendi's tower.
Okay, how exactly is he gonna get? How is he gonna get the tower?
It's
just
just
like
it's
power
very
shot?
difficult. You're right. This is why I was like, well, you can go for Basilius, but you're still not gonna be able to push a tower for the most part.
His tier 2 tower is full HP.
Well, Mushi's playing. Maybe if you can like zone him out, I guess, but you can't really do that when you give up first blood. But I mean, this matchup is much closer than I expected for him giving up first blood. It looks like Dendi is actually in like quite dire straits when it comes to HP. He does have a Dagon 3, and I think Necro is just a much more cost-efficient item than Dagon.
Yeah, and he's actually got a Dagon 3 now, so Mushi has to be really afraid. But he's
Yeah, but
actually got
Dagon
quite a
he
lot
has
of
so much HP.
Yeah,
he
he's
has
got 1400.
There's a
He just
Dagon.
straight up gets Dagon.
Yep.
Once he actually gets level 5 Dagon, he can actually use it quite a bit to harass because it's only got a
This is
15-second
true.
cooldown.
Yep.
That's actually the same duration as Windrun.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just kind of zap him repeatedly. You Harry Potter him.
That would be pretty funny. That'd be quite the way to end this match. We will see an Invis rune pop
he's
out by
actually got a
Windrunner.
Necro too,
Is he
though.
going to go for the kill right now?
Okay, if
He has a shackle right next to the tree.
if he shackles,
Oh, here he
there we
goes.
go. Okay,
There's a mana
wow,
burn.
the,
Denny's
the
very
mana burn's
low.
doing so much.
And they're chasing right now. He is going to get shackled to his own creep, though, if he tries to do it. But Dendi doesn't want to turn around right now. Oh, there he goes for the shackle. And is Mushi going to be able to hit a... No, wow. And this is the one of the downsides about Necrobook. If you don't micro them properly, they're just more units for you to get shackled to.
Yes, and
Well-
actually that damage though was
Well,
insane.
Dendi is forced to retreat right now, and, like, he is going to take a lot of damage from his tower. So this push trap from Mushi is actually working. There's the glyph that pops out. So step one complete, and Dendi is going to TP out, but his tower is still going to take a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Windrunner, Mushi does not have. Oh, there's a shackle that flies out from Dendi, and there's a Dagon that comes out after. Mushi is sitting at 900 HP after the magic wand, but Dendi will opt to chase. Nope, turn around, power shot creeps. And
I think when Mushi actually has 3 levels of Necrobook, he's actually going to be able to do quite a bit.
yeah,
of
you can
pushing
just
and
tower
damage.
siege.
Yeah.
Right. Necrobook is a smart choice by him. There's a shackle fights out, but I mean he just falls up.
His Dagon,
Oh, wow,
he's got a Dagon 3 right now, but he's not going to be able to kill him. He's
Yeah,
got
he has
800
so much
HP.
HP. He has 1600 HP after giving up first blood. That is, I mean, it's
That's
a
a
smart,
lot more than
it's a
Dendi does.
smart safe build from Mushi.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he went with the item choice, but I think it's a very good one.
Especially if he gets a shackle shot, I think the damage is like pretty similar with the Necrobook if you get the mana burn off.
Yeah. So is there any way that Mushi will lose this because he gets pushed? I think it's either Dendi gets a kill or Mushi gets a tower.
Yeah.
I don't think that Mushi will get 2 kills on Dendi, and I don't think that Dendi will be able to push 2 towers.
No. At this point, it's going to be really difficult, and Mushi just has to play really afraid. Okay, if Mushi really wants to win this, all he has to do is make sure at all points he's above 1,000 HP, like no matter what.
Mm-hmm. I
And
mean,
then
there's a
from
DD
there,
right now.
if
From
Dendi's
Dendi,
going to
though.
find a DD
That
rune.
is scary.
Does he have another level of Dagon soon?
Do you think like any other item builds would be good? I think like Yule Scepter to like dispel the wind run may be a good idea. Like you can get sheep so they can't pop it down to burst them down. I don't know. There's like not that many good item choices in this particular matchup.
Yeah, I
Mech,
think
if you
they're
really
both
want to push,
just kind of thinking short term right now.
yeah. Well, I mean, Dagon 3. Dagon 5 is a long-term option. Blitz.
I guess, but once you get a Dagon, you're thinking to yourself,
Why didn't he just spam it? I think he could just buy some mana regen and then just spam Dagon on Mushi and eventually force him late and perhaps push him down because he's like forced
I
to
think
go
he's
back and
waiting
heal.
for at least the
Dagon
4th level
4?
of Dagon. Yeah, and he's gonna get it really soon. He's got 1170 HP.
Well,
So with just like 2 more creep camps, he should be able to get it.
well,
Mushi's getting really close to his Necro 3 though.
yeah, he is just like, is it 1250 now? I forget if it's 1250 or 300.
I think
but
it's 1250.
He's
yeah.
he's very close to it. And tower, there's still 2.5 minutes on Glyph though, and there's the DD from Dendi. Is he going to play aggressively though? He has a little bit less HP. He's 850 compared to 1330 from Windrunner, but he has DD just plinking away at the tower, trading hits. He pops his Windrunner right now. Oh, Glyph has already been used. It is not into my range yet. 149 HP. Dendi just plinking away at his tower. I predict a second kill or a second tower, but perhaps Dendi can win this by pushing down 2 towers.
Maybe, especially with the Dagon, maybe he can just force him out in HP regen. Once he gets a Dagon 5, maybe just spam it repeatedly every time it's up, and then force him back.
There is Necro 3 out from Windrunner, or from
Yeah.
Mushi. I
And
keep
Mushi's
saying
got
Windrunner, but there's
1700 HP. If you say Windrunner, it
Yeah,
kind
I
of makes it ambiguous.
I know. I forget. Usually there's only one hero, so it's very clear. Oh, there's a shackle that flies out. He lashes on, and there's a Necro that comes out. Necro 3. There's a mana burn. He has enough mana for one. Oh, wow. TP out from him. Very smart choice.
Yeah, but this is going to allow Mushi to
yeah,
force him out. And
He
maybe
TP back.
pressure
He
the
won't
tower.
be able to TP back to the tower. This tower is going to be under siege very heavily. I think it will probably be at like 800, 700 HP after this. If you right
No,
click.
Mushi!
Does he have a... Oh,
This
he's
is
not-
your chance!
He's not pushing the tower down. Oh, my goodness.
You could have done like
This is
400
victory
damage.
condition. Oh, no. He could have done a lot more damage to this tower.
Yeah,
down.
this is. I don't think this is worth the rune at all because he could have forced at least the glyph, and look how much damage the Necrobook warriors
Wow.
did alone.
700
Imagine
HP.
if he was right clicking with that.
Yeah.
That would have been like
Well,
another.
I guess like
200.
maybe if he gets like a DD, he knows he can get it before the next glyph and when his Necrobook comes up. But still, 40 seconds up on the Necrobook. He has illusion runes right now, so I like in a straight up one-on-one man fight though. Mushi's gonna win though because of all that mana burn damage, because of the feedback damage, the mana burn damage, the right click damage from them. So I think that out damages Dagon at this point. And Necrobook just as much. Oh, he has a ward up his soul, but he can just pop his Necrobook and kill it if he really wanted to.
Yeah, and I think the Necrobook is actually going to pay off in the long run, just because I mean, look how much damage those 2 Necronomicon warriors did.
Yeah, if you
alone
get a
from the
shackle.
tower. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
If you can force him out like that again, because once he got shackled, did you see how quickly Dendi died to the Necro 3s?
I think he should get 1 level of focus fire.
Okay, here's what Dendi does. Don't get Dagon anymore. Get a Helm of Dominator and a Midas.
And
then
steal
you
the
just-
creep.
You steal the creep and Midas the other one.
Oh, there's a shackle shot that flies out, but it will hit both illusions. Dendi kills both of them, and Dendi's in a lot of trouble right now. If he's forced to heal right now, he's going to be putting his tower in a lot of danger. Still 20 seconds on Glyph. Is Mushi going to make his push at this point?
If Mushi hits a...
Oh, there's a Necrobig that comes out. Oh, there's a
He
shackle.
doesn't even care. He's just going
Oh,
straight
he's
for
going
the
for a
tower.
tower. Oh, he dagons. Oh,
And
Dendi!
Dendi's out of mana.
Dendi's gonna
He's
die.
gonna get the-
Does he have money for buyback? He
And
does
Dendi
not.
calls it GG.
Wow, that is GG. He knows the second tower is going to die, and Mushi comes back from a first blood deficit and a buyback that failed to yield anything, and comes back to win the game.
And that's
wow.
2-0, and that's a 2-0 win for Mushi.
Wow.
I definitely didn't think he was going to end like that.
Ridiculous.
The Necro book.
Necrobig, what a great
did
item
so
for
much
Mushi.
damage.
That was incredible. Well, it looks like Mushi will take this 2-0. Unexpected. I did not see that coming, but he did get pushed down.
Yeah, that eventually. Oh man, I can't believe Mushi. Like I thought he was gonna rage quit. Remember when he bought back? He was like power shot.
Yeah,
shackle shot.
that
wind run.
was ridiculous. Well,
You could tell he was like annoyed. He's like, I'm just gonna.
is
Throw
the
out
other
all my
game going
spells.
on now?
Mushi's too fucking pro.
Mushi's too
Mushi,
fucking pro.
dude.
Mushi, ridiculous.
Mushi was like, I'm so much better than Dendi that I'm gonna suicide, buy back, and I'll still win. That's real talent.
Postponed until tomorrow. Or,
Okay.
I think tomorrow.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that was a pretty exciting series. Mushi coming back from victory. I very rarely see people come back from first blood to win in a one-on-one matchup like that, but especially with the buyback.
Yeah.
Well, good item choice. Necro
Yeah.
looked too good.
I mean, I think Dendi had the right idea though. He's like, what can I get to burst Ice down? Well, if I get a Dagon.
Not ice.
Or not Ice. I'm sorry, Mushi. What can I get to burst him down? I guess if I get a Dagon and I hit a
But it's
shackle
not
shot.
about burst. It was just war of attrition, as we
Yeah.
saw, though. I mean, I think you can figure that out by like the first 10 minutes of the match.
But that's the differences in the
Yeah.
playstyle. Because Dendi went for the phase boots and he went for Dagon, and Mushi went for Tranquil boots and he went for Necro 3.
Yeah, it's a safer build. It paid off for him then. Well, that will conclude our matches for today. Apparently, the other match is going to be delayed until another day. There are 2 matches left. We have Ferrari versus Ice, and the winner of that will go on.
Didn't win.
Oh, Ferrari didn't win. Moo.
The move I think the move 430 matchup got paused.
Uh huh.
There's some bug with 430's computer was borked, so they
Okay.
just postponed the game
Okay.
3. So it's tied 1-1. Then the winner of that plays Ice.
Mm-hmm. And the winner of that
Ice versus.
plays Mushi in the grand final. So Mushi will advance to the grand final of the solo championship tournament. Looks like we'll be back tomorrow for some group stages. The schedule may or may not be released soon.
Well
That's
done,
gonna
Ben.
be- Yeah. Well played, Mushi. Well played, Mushi.
Turkey.
Thanks everybody for watching. This presentation has been brought to you by Beyond the Summit. I am Merlini, and this is Blitz, signing off.